Hey guys, how you doing? Chaos, and this is catching us. And it's Tuesday and Tuesday afternoon. I've been doing these shows at different times because there's people that listen from all around the place. Oh, hold on one second. Here's what we're gonna do, man. My last show we had a lot of technical problems. I want to make sure that I'm coming in nice and clear today. Can you guys hear me? Okay. I'm checking out the chat room right now. So if you guys can just let me know, am I coming in clearly? Does it sound all right? For Christ, happy birthday to your child as well. I saw that message. Good. Okay, everybody says I'm sounding good. Cool. And the last time I did a show, it was Saturday night, last Saturday night. I had to restart it 3 times because we kept having all these problems. And I even made a video since then with the same headset and everything came out clear. So something was going on that night. I guess thing or somebody, I guess, didn't want us to have a show. I'm not sure how that works, but those of you who are with me and went through all 3 versions of the show, you know what I mean. It was pretty crazy. So, eye on the chat and, just make sure everything's sounding good. Okay. With a mix. Some are saying it's good, some are saying it's cutting out. Sometimes we get trolls. I hope someone's not in here just trolling and, going to start telling me that it sounds horrible when it doesn't. I'm just going to keep going, okay? And we're going to see how things are. Good. Thanks, guys. Hi, Interpol Specialist. How are you? Sick of Liars, Demonic Eva, Truth Cowgirl, Looks for a Bit God's Armor, ERO. How are you? Raising Cain N, Tony Nash. Hi, everyone. Thanks for being here. Lee J in the background. Timothy, what's up, man? Thanks for being here, Mr. Castleberry. It's my mods, one of my mods. Here comes Chubby. You got something to say? Come here. What's good? What's up? Okay, then you go on then. Jean Paul Shelton, good to see you. Get down, Chubby. My cat's being a little feisty today. I've got a really feisty cat. In fact, I even looked this up a few nights ago because I was feeling guilty, but I lock him up at night because at night he gets real rowdy and gets into everything and he can't just sleep. So I have to put him in a different room at night and lock him up. I was feeling kind of guilty about that for a while, but a lot of people have to do that with their cats. So I don't feel quite as bad now. But if I let him loose at night, he'd just be tearing things up. He's really attracted to cables and cords. Big fan of cables and cords, this cat is. So I'm not going to talk about my cat all day. What I like to do is just, if you guys have any subjects you want to get into or questions, feel free. And I'm going to back and kind of scroll down and see what's what. Kitty over there. Go on, buddy. There you go. And we'll just kind of go like that. I just want to see what's on your minds, And I've got something else I'll do here in just a little while. I'm going to adjust my headset here, see if that helps. I'm moving the headset around, so hopefully that's still sounding good. But, to make my videos and just my research in general, I have tons of folders all throughout my computer. And every day I'm looking up stories and I put these stories in these folders, all these different news headlines and whatnot. So what I'm going to do here in a while, most likely, is go through some of those and just let you hear. Here he goes. Get down. When I start talking and not paying attention to him, he starts getting kind of naughty. So I think we might be in a lockup situation. Hold on one second, guys. Hold on. Hey, puppy. What's wrong? Come on. Let's get a lockup. Okay, I'm back. Hopefully you can still hear me okay. I just had to lock up Chubby. That sucks. Sorry, Chubby. But you're being a bad boy, and we just can't have that, So let's see. Let's go back down here to the beginning of chat before I go through and look for any questions or subjects and make sure you guys can still hear me okay. Am I still coming in clear? I just want to double check right here. I see a lot of questions coming in and subjects. Hubby is pissed. He was flailing his little arms. So still coming in okay, guys? Can you still hear me all right? Everything cool? Yeah, it's Chubbs, but I call him Chubby. I also things I shouldn't call him, but you know, it happens from time to time. Cool, guys. Thanks. All right. So the clear and yeah, that sounds good. All right. So let's scroll down here some and see what's what. Infinity Truth. How you doing, man? Christian women. Hello from Idaho. The Professional. Hi there, The Professional. Down a bit. Someone from Thomasville, Georgia. Benjamin Ace. All right, cool. Sounds pretty good. So that's cool. We'll just kind of roll with it. We're going to roll with it and see how she goes. So still scrolling down a bit. Hey, Jenny Okie girl, how are you? Good to see you. I saw somebody say something. Truth Cowgirl, have you heard of mud fossils? Fossils, I don't know what that is, unless it's just what it sounds like fossils found in some mud, I'm guessing. Is that too easy? Fruit here? I'm not sure. But if you want to let us know more about mud fossils in chat, please do. And let's see what else we got here. Evan NK, what's up? And Sanctified says, what do you think about what's happening in California? In California, I mean, Jerry Brown, first off. You're talking about the I've been looking at all that anyway, and you know, it's happening all around the world right now. Major chaos. Even Puerto Rico, they never talk about on the news out here, at least where I'm at. I don't see any talk about it, but there's people out there still suffering, starving, dying. A video clip on my website of a lady that's actually out there, and she was filming inside a nice, really nice, extravagant for hotel restaurant where it was like a lot of the FEMA people were in there just drinking and eating and not actually going out there and working. And she had been all around the island, just didn't see anybody out there, no FEMA, but they find it at these hotels and these restaurants, you know, eating good, get electricity, you know, having some drinks, you know, while people are out there dying and freezing and suffering. And so that's just one place, but it's everywhere right now, man. Gosh, there's another place that just got hit with fires. It's a different country. I can't remember which one. I was just looking at some footage of it on Russia Today. So, gosh, I don't know. I mean, there's so much of it. And then we've talked about, it's interesting, that movie Geostorm's coming out, and it's all about storms like this, just crazy storms breaking out all around the world. And of course, that's what's happening right now. So that's another example of how, you know, media and entertainment quality, and a lot of times it's predictive programming, a bit of social engineering sometimes. I don't believe in just these synchronicities. You know, these things play out the way they do. So it's interesting stuff. There's a lot of examples. In fact, I got a video I'm working on right now, but it's going to show how many movies are out where things like what's happening in these movies. And this has been happening a lot here lately, and they're syncing up real close together. So these are things I think are interesting. Less, you know, is what that is. Scrolling down a little bit. Everyone's doing good to see you all. Music is good. Yeah, there. Jonah Durwal, hi from Germany. Hey, thanks for joining us. Tim S. He says, hello, KJ. Did you see ex-Googler sets up his own futuristic church and is God focus? And I have not heard of that. I appreciate that though, because that's something I'll look up. One of the kind of things I'm interested in looking into. Ex-Googler sets up his own futuristic church and is creating an AI god. So that's one to look into. Thanks, Tim. It's interesting. This is one of those stories I put in a folder. I was probably going to read. I'm just going to read headlines later on to you because it's all pretty wild stuff I usually find. But Dan Brown, the author of the Da Vinci Code and that whole series and a bunch of other books and stuff too, keeper type guys, that releases information about symbols and the Masons and all that, but it's through their filter. Never really shows the negative, nasty side of it or the real truth behind all this stuff. But it shows you enough to get you involved. I mean, he's a best-selling author, but he just put out a quote a few days ago, and like I said, it's in one of the folders, so I can get the exact one. Something how artificial intelligence, and as fast as we're moving with technology, there'll be no need for God very soon. Another example of this guy being one of those gatekeepers throughout the years, see my Illuminati symbol videos and stuff and write to me like, yeah, I saw the Da Vinci Code too, bro. Relax. It's just a movie, and they do stuff like that. And that's why that stuff exists. It's one reason why I believe that stuff exists as it does. Still going to scroll down a bit. What's going on? See who else is here. We're just going to chill, man. We're chilling and chatting. We get no agenda today. I just like to do these shows so we can actually communicate. I've got such a great group of subs. There's such a wonderful community around the show and around the videos. I'm really blessed by that. So many of you are very, very smart with the ideas and leads on things that are happening. And a lot of times when I make videos too, I love the comment sections because so many of you are finding other pieces of the puzzle that I never saw. And you're telling me about it. So you guys this is how we all, I don't try to look at like, it's all me and it's just me. This is my show. These are my videos. It's all of us, working together. So thank you for that. And so smart. I appreciate you guys though. We do it on a bit. Jay Analyze. Yeah, man. Looks like the connection's good. It's the same setup I had Saturday night. I just think something was in the air, if you will, on Saturday. I don't know what it was, but something didn't want us having a show, I guess. I don't know. Let's see here. Enlightened Skeptic UK. What's up, man? Or Skeptic. Good to see you. England, so you can listen to Good Time. Cool, man. Thanks. That's again one of the reasons I like with the shows at different times, so different planet can actually check it out. JF says, KJ, can you talk about music a little this morning? I'm struggling to enjoy music now because it's so corrupt. I mean, that's a great subject. My website uses together on because I'm a if I like them, just find on YouTube. It's these. Sometimes it's bands no one's ever heard of before. It's one thing I really love about YouTube is it gives that kind of exposure. I mean, obviously there's a lot of YouTube lately, but that's one of the things they have right is it's a platform for artists of all types, not just music, and I love art and artists and people who are creators and creativity. I like that. So it's a great platform for all that, man. I mean, everything from, some of these girls with their makeup tutorials and whatnot, we can make fun of and sure, meaningless, some people may say, but it's also, that's their art, that's their creativity. So I can appreciate that. When I was a kid, I used to mow the lawn. I mowed lawns for money and then mowed my parents' lawn and everything. And even back then, that sense of fulfillment, it was fresh, smash cut, and you're having your first big drink of a nice cold drink you've been waiting on, and you can stand there and like look at all the work you did and how clean it is. That's such a great feeling. It was a great feeling for me, and it's like I get that feeling still, but it's when I complete a video. Like when I upload a video, I get that same feeling like that, and then I can have a nice cold drink of something and take a look at what I've completed. It's a good feeling. But music, yeah, well, I mean, everything's being exposed, the veil's being lifted. I've been saying that for years, and now we see the obvious Satanism in so much of this mainstream, pop culture music. I've never been into hip hop or rap. I think I missed that generation a little bit. I was always more of an indie music kind of a guy. Indie music. When I was younger, I loved metal. I've grown beyond that, but I like creative, artsy, interesting music. The way I see it mostly, and then some just kind of basic, decent, straightforward rock and roll. There's a band called AILL with two L's. That's a band I listen to some. They're more of kind of rock. There's a man named Robert Pollard, and he's been in tons of bands now, but his first band, and they still continue to this day, is called Guided by Voices. Big fan of Guided by Voices and Robert Pollard because he's not just some guy in a band, but he's a real poet, artist, and he's for years. And his story is interesting. He was a school teacher until he was right around his early 40s, and he'd had like a garage band with some friends, and he decided to leave being a school teacher, pick it with the band, and they've become now one of the most an interesting indie type rock bands that ever existed. And he's still out there. So he was an older guy, and I've seen him in concert, and he's an older dude, but still just kicking his legs up and getting active and wild and just singing, still doing his great shows. So, but I like stuff like that. There's so much, man, I could get into with the music I listen to. But see, that's the thing is I try to see the God in even the music I listen to. I try to see the creativity listening to, because those are good gifts and those come from God. Now, then it's up to us on what we do with it. Do we our gifts, or do we use them to make things better in the world in our own way, uplift people, move people in good ways? Ink Master, I like watching that show Ink Master, uh, creativity in these people's art. But, a lot of these people are really into drawing death culture type stuff and satanic stuff. And I don't like that, but I see it the way I see it. Like they're perverting their gift, in my opinion, when you're drawing stuff, when they could be drawing other things. And like I said, some of these people are just, they're unbelievable. They have real gifts from God. And some of them actually believe throughout the show. They're not many, but every now and then you'll have at least one on one of the shows sometimes that'll mention they thought this is their art and their creativity. So, though, yeah, music. Gosh, I could go down the list of stuff I listen to. Metronomy. Metronomy is a band I like, and not a lot of popular bands I listen to. What else here? I don't even know, honest. Clinic is a band I like a lot. They're from England. They're interesting, but a band called Clinic, fan. I used to listen to a band super furry animals. Um, haven't anymore. I'm not sure, but another band I've listened to. Some of the symbolism, I'm not a fan when I see that is, but I send, appreciate the art, some of the music, like the visuals again, But I would just these things. Definitely good to the big aluminum and anything that's just about violence and all this. Musicians out there, there's just this is the beast fine up and up there playing or on YouTube. That also is good and creative and cool. Don't have to do Illuminati stuff and all that. Even on down here. What else? And Joe, PLANE, talk about drink just nice water. Let's talk about I never think for me too the places I've lived, I just don't think they'd be good for dogs the last several years. But I like cats. I got back into cats when I was in Costa Rica because they mollies out there, and a lot of times they're in your house. So these cats are great for that. So that's the first reason I got a cat out there in Costa Rica was to help with scorpions, which he'd killed. His name is Rascal. Bats. That I wish I could have filmed. One morning, it's when I first moved out there, right after I got the cat, and Squim walk out there. I turn the light on, and Rascal has a bat with a broken wing. Looks like he'd caught him and broke his wing somehow in his cat food dish, and the bat squeaking and squealing and kicking the other wing around. Cat food going everywhere. And I took the thing and I used a scoop and got him out of the house. But that's pretty interesting that cats can do this for you. They eat little bugs, all kinds of stuff. So I like that. Cat had to leave him behind. Came back here to America. Got a new cat, Rowdy. I call him Chubby or Chubs. Call him out of his name. He's being. Uh, but I do love the little guy. But so I didn't even realize that's become a meme. Like recently, I saw that that's a whole thing is like single men with cats meme. There's even guys that go out and get like pictures, professional pictures done with their cats. I mean, that's taking it too far. That's taking it too far. Best on my cat. I will never put a fedora on my cat. I'll never put really any clothes. I don't care that he runs around naked. Okay, thing for me. So it's okay that he runs around naked. I like that he has his own mind and his own sometimes too. I was doing that with my cat in Costa Rica, and I'm training this one to do it where I'm letting him out more and more because there's a lot of kind of woodsy area around me. And he likes to go out there and explore some. And I make sure every time he comes back, I give him a treat just so he remembers. So I think it's good for them, let them get out of the house, let them get that whole hunter thing going. It's how they're born. They're born with this, and you see what happens. So I pray about the kid. I don't want to lose him. I don't want him to go too far, but I also think it's important to give him some time out. We got here. But yeah, weird cat people. There are a lot of weird cat people. It's like the whole PETA thing and people who put animals on pedestals of humans deal too. You go over, that they're more about their own. Like a lot of these people would murder cat, but out and getting stuff like that. So let's see. T, hi, hi there. What's your thoughts on Harvey Weinstein? I did a video. I put it up yesterday. Called "What They Did for Fame Is Everything Wrong with Hollywood." I really didn't talk much about Weinstein, but other aspects of that. I mean, I'm glad it happened. It's true. We believe it. We get it. We know that he's just the tip of the iceberg. More on this. My prayer is that all the victims out there that are still out there, hiding in the shadows, will be, strengthened. Will be protected to come forward and really blow that whole system up. Hollywood, as it stands, destroyed. real artists with real stories to tell that can help humanity and make you feel good and make you think. We don't need all the satanic garbage. We don't need all the filth, these filth peddlers. So I'm good with, hopefully this is just the beginning. I want to see more of this, more truth come out, more bigwigs getting busted. Can you imagine how blackmail's taking place right now? I imagine that there's people all through Hollywood who are getting texts, emails, or messages otherwise about, hey, I want some money or I'm going to come forward. I bet you a lot of that's happening. I've even been kind of looking for mysterious deaths in Hollywood over the next month or so. I'm keeping an eye on bigwigs dying out in Hollywood, the up and coming actors or actresses, maybe new people on TV shows and movies suddenly disappearing or dying. I'm not trying to be the way I see all this stuff. I'm just trying to connect the dots. We know there's more people out there who've suffered and been abused and a step forward. So let's see if it comes out. I hope no one get, but some people out there may want to, as with some of these people from their past before it catches up to them. I mean, who knows? So you pray for people. And let's see here. Still scrolling down. What else we got? Hope you guys are doing good today, man. It's a chill Tuesday afternoon. The weather's beautiful out here. We're like in the 70s and 60s rotating. My favorite time of year. Loving it. Afternoon for a nice hot cup of coffee. Got the back door open. Wind's blowing through. Leaves are slowly changing. This is good stuff. And chatting with you guys. All right, let's see here. Still scrolling down. Mary Flash, thank you. Appreciate it. Oh, yeah, good one. Leo Umana says security guard witness at the Las Vegas shooting now. I know. And the narrative keeps changing. Like the whole thing they've been telling us about Vegas keeps changing. Shout out to Timmy real quick. Hey, Tim, while I'm on here, I'm backing up on chat, so I'm not seeing all the new messages. If I start going bad on the audio, if it starts going bad again, could you please text me and just let me know if that's possible? I got the phone out just in case, because I don't see any new messages for a while if people are saying, hey, your volume's cutting out. So if you could do that, man, I appreciate it. But I don't want to be in a rush. So yeah, man, that was crazy. Jesus Campos, I think his name was, out there. He had the story, and of course he's disappeared now. Narrative of the way things played out keeps changing in the mainstream as well. So we know, guys, obviously this was, I think like a public ritual. They've done a lot of this before. False flag event, and one shooter, more than that shooter, maybe not even that shooter at all, the guy they're saying. So it's interesting. All right, let's see what else we got. Enid Whitehead, how do you feel about Gematria? Realize the truth in it, but there's some people that take it too far. The numbers adding up, but then they'll give you these whack interpretations of what it means. I see a lot of that. I think a lot of people abuse Gematria. It's the numbers, folks, if you don't know what that is, but it's how numbers can through events, through everything. And yeah, I mean, I certainly believe in it. I know there's truth in it, but where the truth isn't is in people's interpretations. There's whole channels built around that I think practically everything they do and say is just their own interpretations that do that, and they mislead people. And I don't know if they're doing it on purpose or maybe they're just misled themselves, but that's kind of my thought on it. What we got here, still scrolling down a bit. Defied, yeah, we talked about that. They said the new movie Geostorm, why are they putting this movie out now? Well, again, that's how these things add up. It's all in the spiritual. Everything's connected. Do this stuff on purpose because they know what they're doing, but I think a lot of times it's working through the spiritual, just showing you what time it is and showing you behind a lot of these events. And there you go, Plain Joe, Plane. Leahy's dead. Yeah. So that's Jim Leahy he's talking about, and he's an actor, a Canadian actor, and he played or the security guy in Trailer Park Boys. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Trailer Park Boys. I wouldn't recommend it for families. I wouldn't recommend it for children. It's just about a bunch of trailer park and the hijinks they get into. They've done several seasons now and even some movies and stuff. And it's goofy stoner comedy, funny stuff. But Jim Leahy, he was the old man. I think he's like the cop or the security guard for the trailer park. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see how they on that, or if they even address it in the show. I haven't watched it in a long time, but we'll see. Let's see what else we got here. Put it down. See what's what. Winaloo says, I'm in England. Did you hear about our hurricane and red sun 2 days ago and the sky was orange? What's with that? Weather manipulation or nuke clouds? Yep, I've been compiling these weather stories as well, and I did see that about the red sun. Heard about that? If you haven't, you should look it up. There's footage of it. It's pretty creepy. But yeah, check that out. These signs in the stars and the skies, manipulation, hinting in the clouds at nuclear weapons or nuclear bombs to come. I mean, I've done some videos on that as well. I've got one from like 5 years ago. Like 5 years ago, clouds show us prophetic events or something, or prophetic events shown in the clouds. And it had all these tsunami waves that were east of America, like even on Florida, so big they were going over hotels. They had these really distinct looking tsunami waves off the coast down there as well. What is it? Get the I forget what was down. It's Louisiana in that area. Anyway, you can wave clouds and you'll see what I mean. They were like perfectly lined up, a bunch of waves in a row, and they were clouds. It was really interesting. And there were also a bunch of clouds back then that looked like, or not tsunami, but nuclear clouds. So I kind of compiled all that to put a song on it, and that's just something I did. But I've always looked at it like that as well. I always like to look to that and wonder if there's signs in the clouds. For being here from England as well. Okay, let's see. Still scrolling down here. Woman says, I've been wanting to hear deep stories about Santeria. So I've got a series of things collected I'm going to do about Satanism connected to the Mexican gangs, but I'm not sure if I'm going to make a video on YouTube, footage I can use, like news footage, that I may a compilation of the actual news footage about these satanic cults, and I'll put that up on my YouTube. Strikes that stuff with me. I have to put those kind of things up on the site, so we'll see. But yeah, there's a lot going on there as well. What else we got? Scrolling down. See what else we got going here. I'm way behind. You guys are still talking about chubs. Oh, Bruno Flanagan says, hey, KJ, were you the one that did the video about worshippers kissing butt? It's on my KJ Oz connectorship or something. But it's, yeah, I think it's called The Occult Connection with Butt Worship. Man, I don't know. I haven't actually watched that in a long time. I did that maybe 3 years ago. But yeah, that's one of my videos, man. It's on the KJ Osborne YouTube channel. You'll find it over there. The Occult Beginnings of Butt Worship, I think, is what it's called. But it's true. I mean, you see so much of this stuff in our culture. It's all about that ass, right? Like that's the way it is. There for a while, it was J Lo's butt, Beyonce's butt, and Kim Kardashian's butt for years. And you had women out there getting butt surgeries to get bigger butts, and it's all about this focus on the ass. Very animalistic and stuff too, to me. I mean, I get it. love a pretty woman just as much as the next guy, but it's like a big focus on that, and it's a conditioning thing. You know, it is for it for many years, being a big fan of that butt. Okay, it's just as far as like checking out women's butts all the time, but when you go beyond that, again, it's just very animalistic. It's like and just get an education and pretty lady, but check out that ass. I mean, again, it's just this is animalistic, lower vibration type thinking. But thoughts and catch up with chat. So I may miss some people. So sorry if maybe you had here again. Um, hey, I see a few people saying it's cutting out again. You guys, I just want to check. Good. So bad. Nothing here. Is that any better? Anybody? Yeah, let me check that out. I lower. Here it is. My bandwidth is already on very low. Okay, it looks like. Thanks, Juliet. I'm getting some texts that I'm breaking up again. That helped. I changed my bandwidth a little bit. Changed the better. Some much better. This is good. Sounds good. Okay, cool. All right. So it mostly looks like it's all better now. When did I cut out with you guys? What was I talking about when the audio started going bad? Me. So I know it's better now. So honestly, if I see people in there, what's up, man? Good to see you. Okay, now, butts. I was talking about butts. Okay. We'll just move on beyond the butts. I think we already covered that. Somebody was asking on a video on like butt worship, and I did. It was 3 years ago on the KJ Osborne channel. So I think it was called the Occult Beginnings of Butt Worship or something like that. But it looks like we're sounding better right now. Sounding good. All right. I'm just going to kind of move on. All right. 80% of the time, but it's off the rest. You guys, because again, I start getting these mixed messages. We also get trolls. This is a perfect time for trolls to say there's no sound. Or after I can just continue, I'm gonna have to do some figure. It's not my equipment, you know. Let's see. Max headroom. It's where to me they really are screwing with the stuff. You know, it's not me. So do that. Well, I can't reset my internet show. So no, guys, can I continue? you, or is this is what they did last time, man? Um, Saturday night, you know, with the show and the sound or whatever. I don't know what it is, guys. I made a video with the same setup. Everything came out perfect on the audio. I made that yesterday. I did my live show here, my Google chat. I had to restart it 3 times because the audio, they kept screwing up. I had people in chat saying I sounded like or something, and trust me, that's not me. I wouldn't do that for fun. Yeah, we're on YouTube's end. So it's good. This sucks. It really throws us off of our rhythm a little bit. Now I get to sit here and check the chat and make sure that it's not on my end. I got people, it's your Wi-Fi, it's your headset. It's none of that. I've already tested all this. Like I said, I made a video yesterday. Everything was cool. Everything's fine. I'm not messing around. I don't think it's the Illuminati, but it's something. You just have to shut this down. Hey, Kyle Waynick, how you doing? He's saying, do you believe in the second sun or the artificial sun? Let's see here. Bandwidth and all that. I'm telling you, man. Thanks, Jenny Bean. She liked the video. What's up? Yes, Illuminati confirmed. Just gonna ask the mods then, because I get too many hands in the chat. Mods, how does this sound? Can I just continue moving on? Thanks, Titus. See, it sucks, man, that they do it to you too, like lowering the bandwidth. It's just whack, you know? It's really whack they do this. I may have to, start doing catching up shows on a different. All right, thanks now. Second sun and all that kind of stuff. Not really, man. I mean, I'm into it's called wormwood in the Bible, and other people call it Nibiru or Planet X, but I do believe in that other planet out there. I'm just going to scroll down and see what we got. Now I'm just going to be seeing if there's any other questions or subjects you guys wanted to bring up. Anything like that? What? Hey, Juliet, thanks. You said it's better now? Okay. Roll back a little bit here. See if I missed anything. Well, it's too bad we have these issues, man. It's just lame. It really is. Just kind of, I can't believe they do that to us. I mean, I hate to seem so naive about it, but their front on YouTube, but this too, on, you know. So it looks like someone said they've been doing it to all streams. There it is. Salted Cedar says, has been doing this to all streams. Maybe they have too many streaming, so they have had to lower things. We have to adjust for that on our end when you're running videos in chat. Huh. What's up, Skiing Commando? Says 5G. Yep, could be too. It's so lame. Oh, there's one. Okay, I'm just going to keep going as we go and just answer questions and whatever, but I saw somebody had one right here. To it and find it. Somebody asked me if what I thought about Sherry Shriner. Let's see here. Sherry Shriner. So if you guys don't know who Sherry Shriner is, she's a voice in the I guess YouTube truth community or Christian truth community. Time, like many years, and I don't like talking bad about other people or other channels. My question with her is where she gets her information, because she makes a lot of really startling claims sometimes, but you don't hear it from anybody else. It's just her. And then you'll see as years go on, like people run with her information and make videos about these really wild claims, the other proof. And also, how does this person, you know, and why isn't she bigger if she really knows all this? She's or anything, but she's been around for a long time. One of the claims is that she's made had to do with Jim Carrey being the priest of like the Hollywood satanic cult. Like he's the main guy. I love Black Child, and it's a channel I've been sub to for a long time, and I'm friendly with. Saw a video a long time ago. Maybe he made it. He about that clip, but he did have her clip in there, her voice talking about it, about how Jim Carrey is the leader of the satanic cult in Hollywood. Yeah, and I don't know, because he does act kind of weird right now, it seems. He did the Illuminati stuff on the Jimmy Kimmel show and all this, sure, and he had the mysterious death of his girlfriend and Carrie as well over on the website. It's all footage and stuff. You can go check that out. So claims of him being the leader of the satanic cult in Hollywood. I mean, or it's hard for me when it's just you find the source it comes from, and you just wonder where did they find that. So I don't know, and that's not the only one. She's done a lot of other past that I haven't heard anywhere else. It's just coming from her. So again, I just wonder how she knows so much, and can we trust that information? That's just my thing. Again, not bashing her. I don't know her. Feeling about that. So through loud and clear. Hoping you can hear me. Hear me okay? Let's see. So far looks like I think it's still going good. Jenny Bean 79 says Arcade Fire's song Electric Blue has Vegas encoded in it. Really? I'll have to check it out. That's a band I like as well. I'm not crazy about the new album, but Electric Blue is one of those songs I do like. I'll have to check that out. If you can tell us in chat, excuse me, how they've coded Vegas into that song or video, that'd be cool. Let's see. Terry Tallman, I appreciate you. Thank you, Tay M. Still going to scroll down a bit and see what else we got. Still scrolling back. Good. I see a lot of people saying they like the Black Child too. I do too. My work and stuff, he's taken a lot of lumps and had to fight, trolls along with just trolls in general. Hi, Titus. He says, audio seems to be fine. Okay, cool. What do you think of the Zionists and the Jesuits? I think the Jesuits in Rome run the Zionist banksters. Your thoughts? Yeah, man, I've talked about that subject a lot. Sometimes we use the term Illuminati, but it's all these groups. Absolutely, the Jesuits and the Zionists run together. I did a video a while back about I think it's the Supreme Court building in Jerusalem, and at the very top it has a huge Illuminati pyramid with the eye, and inside is all the occultism as well, even with the steps they have and different pictures and whatnot. So that's a part of that beast system. These are the fake Jews. These are the Zionists that being the Jews. Sure, look at our Pope. The false prophet, Jesuit trained, and basically the faction, if you will, of the Illuminati that's running religion, specifically the Vatican and Rome, as devilish as it is, towards a new world order. Then you got the Zionists, excuse me, the banking Zionists, the Zionists, for commerce and whatnot, and again for world order and business and politics. So it's all coming together, and they all have their roles to play. So certainly, I've covered those guys in a lot of videos just in that context. But those are my thoughts. I think we line up together with that. Absolutely. Look what's happening in Hollywood. Again, I'm not a guy that I hate when people say it's the Jews, it's all the Jews. They freak out, and I'll see that on videos. And why don't you talk about the Jews? And it's like that's muddying the waters. That's taking it too far. Just claiming blanket statement, it's all Jews that are doing this to us. That's not what it is. It's a mix of all kinds of people. Anywho, nice seeing you, my man. Thanks for the question. I'm glad things are sounding better. I'm glad we're a bit. I don't know if that my mods, please keep me informed on the audio if you don't mind. Not that I don't trust you guys, but there are trolls that'll come around and just, things down, I guess, or whatever. Let's see what I had. And Taylor says Kanye got surprised. News on if it was crazy and talk about Illuminati. This Kanye out at the concert. They said he was exhausted, so they pulled him off the tour and put him away for. He comes back out, his hair is colored blonde. I did a video action between Katy Perry and Kanye, but that's all a part of mind control, even changing the personality as part of it. So he different, right? Calm down, quieter. But the latest news on Kanye, and this is just TMZ fluff stuff, but I thought it was interesting or fun because TMZ as well, not to get facts, but because it's connected with Hollywood. You can find for those of us who can read between the lines, you'll find a lot of interesting stories there. Tease to see ya. Sorry guys, I got to make sure. Latest news on Kanye is he got fat. I guess that now is he. So you can look fat, Kanye. I guess is the big news of the day on Kanye. He's fat. All right, let's see here. Down here a bit. Peculiar Perspective says, KJ, do you tend to dream about all of the occult, spirituality, and public figures? This is, I don't remember most of my no. I wish I remembered dreams. I just don't most of the time. Sometimes I get little glimpses of things, but most of the time I really don't even know what I was dreaming. So I know I'm not the only one, but some people out there, I'm sure you don't remember your dreams either, do you? I just wake up and it's a blank a lot of the time. I have a sense I saw things, and there's dreams I remember having because they were so clear. I've had some dreams, but they're nothing to do with the stuff I study or look into. It's all, you know. Still scrolling down. Have any questions or any comments? Any subject? You want to get into? Looking down. I think it is in Christmas. I know better. If it was up to me, I wouldn't celebrate it the way most people do. But I also have a family I love, and they celebrate it. So they know that I know what it is, but that stuff, they just look at it like a family tradition thing. So I'm not going to be that guy that's sowing discord, just because and saying it's a pagan ritual and the Vatican or the destroyed what modern Christianity and all this other stuff. I don't want to do that. I love my family; they enjoy it, so I try to actually, and I enjoy it myself. I know better. The Lord knows my heart and mind. But then again, it's not all about me. This is time to spend with the family. I could buy them a little something, makes me feel good. They give us something, a little gift in return, and it's time together. And that's what it's all about. That's how I look at it. Bunch of stink about the truth, with the family anymore. They know enough about me and they get it and they love me. So, you know, hand me that dumb Santa hat. I'll go ahead and do it. I was Santa for years for my nephew and niece when they were growing up. So I would be home to celebrate Christmas. See what else we got here down a bit and to say thanks is just a chill and we're chatting. Flat out elected. I've never heard of you, but you said KJ. I just looked and you still haven't subbed me. I'll wait, brother. I don't even know who you are. If you're a flat earth person, I will not be subbing you. So, not to be a jerk, I don't care about that stuff. Nah, I mean, G, elected. Yeah, I'm beyond the flat stuff. I don't get into it. I don't care. Block people on my channels and videos or whatever that come at me with everybody's a tranny because see, I see you. I've been doing what I do for years on YouTube and even off of YouTube, and I've seen so many psyops come and go, and that's the new one. I won't name his name, but he has a YouTube channel that only does videos basically about every Hollywood celebrity being a tranny. Trend on my videos and shows over the last few weeks, I've had multiple people writing to me and asking me if I'm actually this person. So, and I'd never even heard of this so and so. Then I got so many, again, these are ghost channels that, have no content, like no subs, but all of them kept hitting me up saying, "Hey, are you so and so?" And I went to so and so's channel, like I've talked about for months. This is one of those channels that's all about making videos where everyone's a tranny. Every Hollywood celebrity is a tranny, and that's not true. Proof is very questionable. What sucks is, again, this is where those psyops work. That's not impossible as far as, I mean, look, Michelle Obama. I believe that's Michael. Some trannies out there that they mix in and all this, but these people are talking about actress has been around 20, 30 years as a tranny. That's muddying, make everybody look like a retard. That can believe some of this, and now you got that anchor on your head. With somebody that doesn't understand this stuff, they're like, "Oh, dude, no, I've really Jennifer Aniston and all these other people and blah blah blah. They're all trannies." I mean, the list goes on. I didn't even look at that many of the videos, but again, that's that psyop. Why is it that almost 20 something people over the last few weeks have written me these messages in my videos and my shows? "Hey, are you so and so?" I go to the channel. We sound nothing alike. I've got my own voice over here, and I can see what it is. These people are trying to lead me into that. They're trying to connect me with this stuff. They want you guys to see those questions and go to that channel. Oh, this is who this is, and read that garbage that everyone's a tranny. I see you, folks. I see you. No. So I block you all. I love that feature on YouTube. It's so easy to block people. It's awesome. Let's see. We're going to keep it. See what else we got here. I'm going to go ahead and catch up and see what. Okay, guys. Good. You hear me okay? Anybody? Still sounding okay, guys? You hear me all right? Just want to check. If anybody can write in there, let me know that audio's still coming in clear. It's normal. I hear you. There's an echo. Good. Thanks, guys. I'm just going to continue then. All right. I'm going to scroll back a bit and then I'll catch up on some more of this and see what we're talking about, okay? Been going almost an hour. Give me a break here for just a second, guys. I'm going to go on mute for a second, grab a drink, okay? Hold on. I'll be back in about 30 seconds or so. Hey guys, how you doing? I'm back. Thanks for waiting there for a little bit. I had to take a short break. We've gone about an hour. I want to keep going, man. I'm hoping that whatever's happening with YouTube is clearing up and we can hear me okay now, and I'm just going to continue going. It's been so far. We got a little off course for about 5 minutes there, just making sure the audio was all good. But again, it should be set on my end, guys. I really think it's just saying there's something going on. Shows, I guess. What else we got? Just kind of keep moving down. I saw some other questions coming up and some comments. JF says, does anyone ever have unwanted or unintentional remote viewing experiences when trying to sleep? About end time stuff. This happens to me. I don't. Um, I don't get the dreams, I mean, I get what I get and I put it into my videos and all that as far as the times we're in and things I see out there. But I don't get that. Um, I don't know if you have a YouTube channel, but if you really have that stuff happening that often, some videos and sharing these experiences with people, I would think that'd be a for that. You don't have to put yourself on camera. Just you can ask me once this video is uploaded. You can ask about how to do that, how to capture a video. You can just do a screen recorder and something clouds or something or whatever. I do that a lot, and then just talk and tell people what happened, and maybe do a series if you're getting it that much, and if you think that seeing end time stuff in your dreams, then hear it. Here. Still scrolling down. The moderator. What's up? Too, huh? That psyop about everybody's a tranny. Yeah. Um, People might be clones. I mean, that's out of possibility. Pootie Tang. Consonants. Grumpy troll. Everyone on the planet's a tranny but me, so I'm staying home. That'd be a great bumper sticker. All right, let's see here. What else we got? Jella Florin. Hey, how are you? Thanks. My Russian friend HM, that I can never pronounce their name, but good to see you. Good seeing you. Thanks for being here. Marcus Taylor said Baphomet's a tranny. Exactly. I've done a lot of videos on that. There's a video I put up on the website yesterday. Some trannies going to public libraries and talking to children. And then a new one. There's more than one example. A new example popped up just within the last 24 to 48 hours. A tranny that was at a library reading stories to kids. and she had 5 horns on her head as well, as being like just a really scary looking, almost creepy clown tranny with 5 horns. So again, back to that connection with Baphomet. I'll be doing more on that soon. I'll put that into a bigger video. But yeah, I put that along with some footage. I was talking to little children, even asking them, "How many of you want to be a she-male when you grow up?" And these kids are like 5, like "Gaga, goo goo," tranny. I mean, it's just unbelievable, So, if 5-year-olds still say "Gaga, goo goo," if they do, you might need to seek some assistance. But I was just kind of throwing that out there. So we got scrolling on down. Oh, Flip Rafael, no, that's exactly what I just talked about. Yeah, it happened to be at Michelle Obama's library as well. So that's a new one. Like I said, I'll put it up. I'm sure there'll be people on YouTube making videos about it, but that's one to look into. It's interesting. And Obama's, I mean, I'll do a video. I don't want to get too much into this. I'll save it for the video. But I got some stuff to show you about that. See what else we got. Excuse me. Oh, there's another one. Sticker from Haley Corwin. MMA fighters, trannies. Yeah. Sticker, great T-shirt. MMA fighters. ... That's what's up. And trannies. Um, Still scrolling down here. What else we got? Robot Mafia Discern saying my equipment's outdated. That's not it either, man. This is the same setup I've had for a while now. The computer's only 2 years old itself, almost 2 years old. And this is how I make videos. And I did a video yesterday, and it takes hours to put these things together and record, and everything came out clean and clear. So I don't think that's what it is. It really is a good job, I tell you. It's an inside job. They're coming after us. But I'm still scrolling down, just kind of checking out your. Obviously, trannies take that. Cares. Let's see here, like a bit. Cheryl Benson says, "What do you think of Donald Marshall?" I mean, he's another one. I just personally, no offense to him. I don't know him. No offense to his fans. I have a hard time believing a lot of what he says. Some of it I believe. So, let's see here. All right, still scrolling back. All right, so still moving ahead here. What's that someone said about Catcher in the Rye I saw? Oh, Haley Corwin says they banned Catcher in the Rye, her favorite book. I should do a whole video on, because I don't think people realize how much it's connected to the stuff we all talk about, how much it's connected to a so-called truth movement. Because in the book, the guy becomes an assassin, and he's dealing with the group that's kind of like the Illuminati. It's interesting. You don't hear it often. They always say, "Why do all these killers have this book?" They just try to keep it on that level. But if you go deeper and look into the book itself and actually read it and see what they're talking about, it's interesting. It even reminds me of that connection to control killers that become serial killers. And I can't remember his name, but it was called Dave McGowan, who's passed away. Rest his soul. But Dave McGowan did a wonderful series, and he's done books on this. People have made YouTube videos and shown visuals. But his book is called, or books were called, Programmed to Kill. The connection between uh, you know, Illuminati style type groups, satanic government type groups creating these serial killers. You should check it out. It's fascinating stuff if you haven't heard of it. Let's see here. What else we got? Third Eye Guy says, what do you think about all the talking owls being used in TV ad commercials, as in for the eyewear and cold meds and the like? Hey, it's just another example. I see all that stuff too. It's just the veil's lifting. I mean, all the occult, satanic Illuminati stuff. A lot of us were trying to expose 6, 7 years ago, and we started off talking about all of it. Well, now it's the mainstream. It's all around us now. It's interesting, right? Let's. Jenny Bean 79 says, any more crazy zombie stories? Yes, I did a video once again from my website. It's called whoiskjosborne.com. It's called Demons Are Loose in Brazil, and you should see the footage. It's just a bunch from some recent events. Excuse me. Excuse me, I had to cough there. I need a drink. But yeah, it's called Demons Are Loose in Brazil. It's on my website. Um, some video from movies of how they portray demons in movies, and they look exactly like these people on the streets. It's not by accident. There's a lot of spiritual activity breaking loose, let's say. Let's see here. Still scrolling down. Uh, Still scrolling down. Caught up again. Press back here. I'm working on about that knife. I never would have covered it. I never did cover that 9/23. Over the last few years, people started pumping up the date 9/23, September 23rd. Happened, the rapture, and a lot of this other stuff. But I actually found something that really did happen on 9/23 that I haven't seen anyone else talking about. So I'm going to do a video on that. Very interesting. And it really happened. I have proof of it. I think a lot of people missed it, you know, because they were looking for something else. I'll just leave you with that for now to hold on to. But that video will be coming out in a day or so. I'm still going to scroll down a bit. Shelly Moss says, what are you drinking? Coffee with a pumpkin spice mixed in. I do celebrate the seasons in my own way, but I do love this time of year. I mean, I've got a pumpkin with a light inside of it, pumpkin spice. I had some pumpkin pie the other day. It's kind of the ways I celebrate, I guess. But I like this time of year, you know. I also went to film school, and I was trying to be a sci-fi horror writer. So I do like that there's a lot more science fiction and scary movies coming out in October. So I've been watching some movies here lately. Seen anything that's worth mentioning? Oh yeah, here's one. I just saw this movie the other night, and it was one of the best movies I've seen in a long time because it had good. I felt good, and it had all these things that I love. It had fantasy, a little bit of sci-fi, a little bit of scary. It just had a great mix of everything, and it's one of those movies that, for me at least, when you finish it, you kind of have this good feeling. It's like, wow, since I've seen something that made me actually feel pretty good. It's called Dave Made a Maze. If you can find that somewhere, highly recommend it. It's weird, very weird. It definitely draws you into what's happening, and at the end, you're like, "Wow, that was pleasant. It was nice." You know, you got some this, you got some comedy, some laughs, a little romance. I mean, it just kind of had everything, and it's a very bizarre story, but you should check it out. I liked it. That was good. That says red hair and a beard. Reminds me of a series, some of my videos. The TV show, there's a leprechaun, but in the leprechaun in this show is like 6'5" with red hair and a beard. coolest characters I thought that was on that show. I don't look like that, but let's see here. Um, see what we got. Thanks, Mia, for putting my website in there. Appreciate you. Let's see. Scrolling. This is how we just afternoon. Mostly been really good this time around. You can still hear me. I'm grateful for that. Uh, I think we're having a good conversation. I love seeing what you guys have to say and just kind of bouncing off of that. It's nice. So I hope you're having a good afternoon with us, some time with us, and let's just keep on moving and see what else we got in here. Let's see. Related Pupil says, what about November 4th and the whole Antifa civil war? I just don't buy it. It's one of those things. We'll wait and see what happens. I'm not concerned about it like that out in the mainstream. I'm not concerned about it. I wouldn't, it'll be something else or it'll be on a different date. Sure, I could see something maybe, but not on the dates like that they tell us. Scrolling down. Yeah, Grumpy Troll, that's a good point. I celebrate the harvest season, not ghosts and ghouls. Yep. I was drinking Swedish coffee to know that. And let's see what else we got. Should be hi. I think Ali, you've reached out to me on Facebook, so I'll get that. Read your message later. I plan on getting back to everybody on Facebook later today or tomorrow. Here, but do you Halloween? No, I don't Halloween. Unless there's friends having maybe a little get together or something, I'll go. But I don't really dress up or anything. And Halloween in just years, I can't remember when the last time is I did a little get together. If some friends are having some people over, that's kind of nice. But I don't go door to door, which would be weird anyway at my age, knocking on door. Hey, I'm here for some candy. You know, so I can't do that. But Halloween, I would dress up and I would lay on the porch like in overstuffed suits and clothes and look like I was just a dummy. And when people came up to get candy, I'd jump up and scare them. I like stuff like that. But no, I don't really Halloween. What I would like, though, I'll admit, my background and my history and just the way I'm into the kind of weird stuff I'm into. But haunted house. I wouldn't mind going to a good, fun, spooky haunted house, but I don't even have people to go do that with. You know what I mean? Like the our old friends from back in school, most of them married, have kids. Those that aren't just work a lot and whatever. Plus, it just at our age, it'd be weird. Hey, bro, you want to go to a haunted house with me? It just feels weird to me. I don't know. Like we don't do that anymore. Like I should like a date and take a girl with you or something. But you know, I don't have one right now. Or maybe I could just take Chubbs. I don't know if that'd be weird. What if I just wear kind of like a man purse over my shoulder, Chubbs in there, and drop some treats in? And maybe walk through the haunted house with Chubbs, something we could both experience together and bond over, perhaps. Weird too. I doubt I'm going to do that. Scrolling down here, everybody. Mm, still scrolling down. Haunted houses, man. A good one. I've been to some good ones over spooky ones. Those are fun. Okay, I saw somebody. There it is. Sorry, there it is. John Paul Shelton says they have a new drug that makes people like zombies called flock. cover all, and the main attributes this stuff go into the possibility of demonic possession. They call it zombies or cannibals. Some of my past videos that they lie about these people actually being on drugs. Some of them aren't on drugs at all. I don't remember the kid's name, but there was the guy in Florida a while back. There have been a lot in Florida zombie cannibal attacks. But he was the one that just walked into that open garage, like, bit, and the whole media was like, he was on drugs when he beefed them. They were all saying, and I showed this in a video, and when it came out, they tested him. Right? So again, just more of that possession and how the mainstream hides it and covers it up. Realizing it. We're probably saying, oh, people wouldn't believe that. It's too crazy, you know. It had to be the drugs. So it's not always drugs. I think that drugs are portal for these things to enter people, but that's it. So let's see what we got. Still scrolling down. Bath salts did this, or K2. Rudy, the guy in Florida, kind of really broke it worldwide, and we started seeing more. The guy that ate the homeless man's face off, he wasn't on drugs. They kept saying he was on drugs. The whole media guy was on drugs. It was, you know, I guess they can't say it's demonic possession. You know, some. I think we've done, you know, I guess I'm going to go ahead and check for the more of these shows. I've got some stuff to do this afternoon myself, but I wanted to get one of these last. It looks like you're all able now, so that's cool. But really, that, you guys, my work side, prayers even, and just sharing the video, wonderful, and it helps. Patreon, becoming, and all the different. That's what allows me to continue doing all this. So I'll not breaking again. So can you guys hear me right? Is this coming in clear? Again? Here. Okay, is this better? You hear me? All that stuff I was just saying. Audio again? Anybody? No, you can't hear me? Rolls. One of these days I'm going to catch you. I'm seeing it back and forth. Some are saying it's horrible. It's in and out. All right, go ahead and let you go for now, guys. Yeah, just screwed up. The YouTube dove to another format. Doing live shows somewhere else. No, this is choppy. Unbelievable. You go. Is this stuff to us? You know, pray for clearer shows, for them not screwing with us. I assure you, it's not my equipment. This is something they've been doing for a while. Thank you to those of you who support the channel and the work through your donations, through Patreon, and through prayers and sharing the videos as well. God bless, guys. It was nice talking to you, and we'll talk to you next time. I'll do another show here soon, okay? Take care.